we'll talk about. I feel very happy this week because I've played video games 2 days in a row.
Ooh, you like neglected that urge in your head to finish setting up your house?
No, I'm basically done.
Okay.
What's behind me?
Yeah, seems to be a lot of boxes on that floor.
Yeah. So, what?
Wait, is that the clapperboard by the door?
Yeah, it is the clapperboard by the door. It's. I need to start Twitch streaming just so I can I'll have I'll put Easter eggs in the background.
Yes. For context, we used to record over
separately audio.
Separate audio, so we'd have to clap so we could sync all our audio up. And Dylan refused to put his hands together because they're too soft, so he bought a clapperboard.
Now that one there is not actually the clapperboard; it's the one that Nick got me as a.
Well, I think that is the.
So it is the clapperboard, but the original.
Didn't you kill it?
It broke, yeah.
Yeah.
So the clapperboard and behind it is a lightsaber. I'm basically done. Hence the video games 2 days in a row. So I reached a stage this week where I was like, I feel comfortable to return to some sense of normality. Although there was part of my brain that's like, website's been neglected for several weeks. Should I just go do some stuff for that? And I was like, wait, hold on. I should probably play one of the many video games I'm behind on at this point. So that was my choice the last couple of days. But I think probably around Wednesday, Thursday, I started to be like, I'm pretty good. Now these two boxes, the boxes you're pointing at, the only boxes in the whole house at this point.
Oh.
But this is shit that as I've been sorting through stuff, I've gone, don't really need that. I'm going to try and sell it.
Oh.
So that's what
just
those
realized.
boxes are. There's shit I forgot I had. You know what I mean? Also, there's some random. I can't really say, but I have I found some of those Kohl's mini, the
one of the minifigs or something.
Yeah,
the bushies.
No, the mini mini Milos.
The little mini whatever's products.
Yeah, people are going hard for those. I wonder if I can still flog off. I found some of those. I think I got the whole set.
Is that still a thing that people want?
I'm about to. I don't know, but that's in one of those boxes. So, feeling pretty good there. The only area currently that I still need to work on is my laundry, which I left to last. I just want to get a shelf. Actually, in my garage, I went to Bunnings. I brought a couple shelves, but I could be fucked putting them together. I'm like, that can wait, but yeah,
cool.
So, because there is still, I think, a few boxes of stuff at my parents' place with comic books that I want to keep in them, single issues, but I have no need or desire to really take out or just have them accessible. You know what I mean? So I'm I need to buy I just went and brought a big just metal shelf or whatever for the garage, and I'm like, well, that can hold a few boxes because I think I've got 4 boxes of comics there. So I'm like, well, they can just go on there and stuff like that. But otherwise, pretty good. I've been trying to figure out because even people at work are like, why can't you? They'll be like, I think someone last week was like, oh, what you been up to? I'm like, nothing. I'm still just working on every day. I'm not. If I'm not at work, I'm working on the house. And they'll be like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I'm cleaning, putting stuff around, sorting things, changing my mind about things. Now, I'm not sure what it is, but it has to be, and you can attempt to diagnose me if you want, it has to be ADHD or something. You know what I mean? There has to be.
Probably.
It has to be something
from what I've heard of. Well, no, actually, you stayed on task, so I don't know that it is ADHD. You know what I mean?
True. Wonder what it is then. It's something.
It's some compulsion.
I refuse. I refuse to stop.
Yeah.
I could not do it. If I didn't do it, I would feel like I'm letting the team down. And by team, I mean me.
Yeah.
You know?
So any therapists out there, psychologists,
yeah,
whatever is the correct term, let us know.
Feel free to try and
or just random people. Just
I'm okay with random diagnoses
from unqualified people. Yeah,
you know. But yeah, just that part of my brain that can't not. It went from being like, oh, this will probably take up a few days of my week. Oh, this will probably take a week. Oh, this will probably take 2 weeks. Oh, this will just take March. You know, like yeah.
But I guess the update people want to know is, you know, when do you feel like you'll be done enough to get rid of the beard?
I don't know. This is the thing. With
or have you come to appreciate it and be like, this is me now? Maybe
it might be me for a little while because he is. I have got too many compliments.
Oh, well, it's staying. Just
my ratio of I think people that have said to keep it to people who have said not to keep it, I would put currently at like 80-20.
Can't argue with those stats.
Where would you vote, Ash? Where would you
I would say keep it. You know, I think it looked like you trimmed it since last time, so that helps.
You gotta try and I did clean up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, obviously that first week was it just looks like you're undecided about what direction, and that never looks good for anyone. But, you know, have to get through. But yeah, I think I'm at like 80-20 for yes. And every day I just kept waking up going, is today the day? I popped into work today. I decided to try one of those Dinnerly boxes, right? I saw they had a promo code thing going like 50% off your whatever. You know, like when they send you all the ingredients and you
okay, yeah.
I was like 50, all right, I'll try that. So I sent it to work because in case I wasn't here, I don't know where the fuck they're going to put it. So I'm like, it's fine. If I deliver it to my work, then I can just pick it up, whatever, you know. Anyway, so I get a text that says it's been delivered. So I head in there again. In there, I see someone hasn't seen for a couple of weeks. And straight away, they're like, oh, I like that. That looks good. You know, I'm like,
yeah.
So maybe it's me now. Now, my only problem, I had someone else the other day say, oh, you've got a mix of colors, so maybe I should dye it. I don't know. I feel like the mix of colors. I've got brown in here, right?
Yeah.
And there's some like blondie ones. There's a couple orange ones, weirdly. It's like a previous life of ginger or something like that. And then I have found a couple grey ones too, which I just feel adds to the, you know,
charm.
Wisdom, I was thinking, but
yeah. Just shows you've lived.
And I do a lot now where instead of just standing at work staring into oblivion like I do sometimes when I'm thinking about either what I want to do or maybe I'm like, oh, what should I put here? Or like I'm trying to think. And I used to just stand there and I used to stand there thinking with like my hands by my side and it looked like I was, you know, just falling asleep. Now I just stroke the beard, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it helps the people don't question. It's like, well, he's thinking.
Yeah.
You know? It helps the the narrative, you know. So
anyway.
Yeah, so I think currently I'm just keeping it until I decide I hate it, I think. I will say my mum hates it, but my mum hating it doesn't really mean anything. To be honest. Like that's she just doesn't like.
No, of their generation. Like I think the first time I saw my grandparents in a while, I think it was like the first time they saw me with facial hair. I'm like, oh, get rid of that. It looks terrible. It's,
yeah,
you know, I've got a razor in the other room.
Mum's like, that's not professional. You can't go to work like that.
It's 2025.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't. What's it say? Fuck you. Like, what are you doing? You know, like, what are you?
You know,
I don't think you get. I think, and then it was like, I'm like, it's fine. She's like, you're a manager. You can't look like that. I'm like,
what? Like,
I was like
Ricky Gervais in The Office.
Yeah. Look, I can still yell at people. I can still do nothing and get paid for it. You know, being a manager is, you know. It's fine. In fact, the beard probably helps being manager because then it means I just stroke it all day and get paid to do that, because that's all managers do anyway. Yeah. Anyway, that's I think that's all that's. And honestly, I feel like currently, like the last month, I'm at that weird stage where I feel like this entire month I've got nothing really to talk about. I've been doing nothing much. I haven't been playing much. I haven't been watching that much. Like all my regular upkeep died off. But it feels like I've done so much, but like it's not podcast material, is it?
I don't know. We've done this is like the third one of these podcasts behind the cushions we've done. Updating
it's
people.
It's true. I thought I'd found and cleaned every area of this house. I will say if they don't, so I've got for this new place, they're
deposit.
No, like found out my first inspection date. All right, if they don't walk through this place currently and offer to lower my rent, I think they're just because how cleaner it is, Ash.
Yeah,
is night and day.
That's crazy.
I thought I had cleaned everything. I went to pantry. I was like, oh, there's a on top of the pantry. I could reach that with a little step stool I've got, and I could store some things up there that I don't need often, right? So get on the step stool today. Go up there. Whoa! What died and fell over up here? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you should have had pictures of how it looked before you came in.
Well, I do have pictures because they fucking took pictures that I had.
Yeah. So when if you ever leave, you don't need to clean up then, apparently, because that's the state you was in when you got in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's and the thing is, I guess I think it's just the part of the course that rentals are overpriced, disgusting, and not looked after, and whatever, like across the country. But it is shocking that I did a walkthrough of this place, and as I leave and I go downstairs to talk to the dude who did the open home or whatever time, he's like, "Oh, what'd you think?" I was like, "Yeah, I like it. It would need it clean." It's like. It's pretty much. He's like, yeah, totally. That would happen before, blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, right. Then I apply, get it, and then when I get the first phone call with who's my whatever, what do we call them now? The person
property manager or whatever.
Property manager, yeah. They're like, oh, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff, and I go, yeah, I'll be excited. Yep, I'll take it. Send through the paperwork. Just want to clarify, it'll get a clean, right? Because up to my standards, she was not, They're like, yeah, totally, da-da-da-da. Send through. Get paperwork, says it's clean, it's been done. Yep, awesome. Get the keys on day one, whenever it was, like over a month ago now or whatever. Come in. I don't know what your definition of a clean. Whoever you paid is pulling your leg. I just don't. And the saddest thing is I know they would have charged these professional in quotation marks, cleaning places, they fucking charge an arm and a leg for whatever they done. And whatever they done, I do not know. Anyway, yeah. Just it's sad state. But and there's like those shit rentals pages and stuff. I can't complain because there is some shit on those Facebook, YouTube pages, whatever, where people point out really just the worst looked after place, and mostly in Melbourne. Mostly.
I know. I've seen that. Was it purple gingers?
Oh, purple pingers. Yeah. Purple gingers. Purple pingers. Yeah.
Yeah. Those guys.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll he'll point out some good ones as well. So, but fucking Victoria. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah. Anyway, so I presume when they walk through the place, they'll be like, "This is miraculous." It looks so good and clean currently that the owner has decided to just offer to sell you the place at half the price, and I'll be like, okay. Because that'll. I
don't want to burst your bubble, but
look. You never know.
Could be a big fan.
They could be a big fan. Could be listening to this podcast. They might be like, "Whoa, I'm listening to Dylan on Explosion Network currently talking about this house, and it sounds a lot like the piece of shit that I just rented to someone." Could it be the same?
Instead of now selling it because it's gone up in value.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell it at half the price. Yes, okay.
Yeah. Now, I could sell it for more after this guy has made it, so much nicer. Yeah, or I could just give it to him for half the price and he could buy it for that price, He'll definitely do option B.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he? And it'll work out really well because there's a couple other things I would like to do, but I just can't because it's rental. But there's certain things I'm like, I would just knock that the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like, tear that down.
That wall's got to go.
Yeah. There are certain things I'm just like, whoa, like we can fix this,
Yeah.
Anyway, life, eh?
Life, yeah. Interesting week. Obviously, this week was announced elections coming up,
Yeah.
So half of Australia's on nervous watch, and half of Australia's screaming, "Make Australia great again."
Yeah, I decided. I think between a couple days after we recorded last time,
mm-hmm.
I was watching or reading something, about. Just Peter Dutton, fucking whatever else. I was like, that's it. Putting my money where my mouth is. So I put my it's $120 to join, $120 a year to join the Greens Party. Everyone, that's how much it costs.
Good for you. What is that? What do you get for that?
You can attend their meetings if you want, all that sort of stuff, which I may or may not. They do like once a month ones here. That could be interesting to attend. There was one on yesterday. I'm like, oh no, I want to play Assassin's Creed. The not as
priorities,
important, but for my mental health currently, to enjoy the video game was needed. But no, I mean, you don't really get anything. It's just you can attend the meetings, you can have your say. You get sent like monthly or whatever. Here's what our focus is, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I mean, obviously, it's mostly just about
what the party's doing and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a Greens member in Tasmania?
Yeah.
No, like in Parliament?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's which way does it go? There's two up here that are like running together in the north. Then there's a southern one.
But are
for
they
different
that's what I'm saying.
Huh?
Are they the sitting member?
No, not currently.
No. Yeah.
No. And then there's the state one or whatever. But so I did that. So I got a call on. Actually, it was only a couple of days ago, so I must have taken I figured maybe they sort through the memberships after a couple of weeks. It was just hey. It was such a. The first question was, "Hey, thank you for signing up." I think the first one's covering their ass. It's like, "Have you been?" Just want to thank you for signing up. Blah blah blah. Just a couple of questions. First one: have you been a member of any other political party previously, or are you at the moment? And I think that's just legally.
That's pretty standard question.
Yeah. I was like, I guess they've just got to check because you can't be a member of all the parties, I guess. And then the second one was funny. It was like, hey, and we just like to ask people what made them, to decide to put, and I was just honest. I was like, you know what, I feel like I've been a supporter of somewhat, at least vocally, of the Greens Party for years at this point, and I just decided it was time to put my money where my mouth is. So. And then the person just laughed. So I mean, that was about. Yeah.
Cool.
So there you go. Anyway, not to get too political, but anyway, vote one Greens. IMO. I know how that. Yeah.
I'm not opposed for that. Yeah, I think. I think I'm going to speak for us here.
Or something.
Vote not Liberal. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, definitely
don't. United Party.
Yeah, definitely put Liberal last.
I mean, there are a number of parties that is troubling to decide which one should be at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's is it the United Party? Is it One Nation? Is it Liberal?
I think the general consensus is you put Liberal last because obviously they're going to get more number one votes and it's preferential. So it's you drag down their votes by putting them dead last and then you can put United Party second or whatever the hell else that you want to do after that. I mean, all signs are currently pointing to no one's going to get the former. majority party anyway. So voting for Greens or an independent or whatever, that's probably your best bet. If there was any sort of advice, I think I'd be like, just vote not any of the major two parties as number one. Like put if you don't want to go Greens, put someone of an independent you like number one, and then put Labor two. Like, I don't know. That's sort of the.
Yep.
I think the other thing I've started to realize recently, especially just talking to people around work and other sort of stuff, I think that how much more the American political stuff is obviously on the news here has swayed the way people think that our system works compared to theirs. Like, everyone talks about it like it's similar, but it's not.
It is not. Yeah, you're voting for the singular candidate in your area. And based on how many of those candidates of that particular party are voted into parliament,
can thus
form government.
Yeah. And the reason to celebrate not being able to form someone like Labor or even Liberal, especially Liberal, not being able to form
majority government.
Majority government. I keep forgetting the word. Majority government is because if you get a bunch of other seats and seeds in there, it means more voices are involved in the process and can then get other things pushed through that wouldn't have if another party did have majority government, basically. So, yeah, I just find it like the amount of time people I hear talking, oh, do this, so-and-so will get in. I'm like, well, I mean, so-and-so could get in, but like that's not how our voting system works at all. I don't know, watch a video. Like what?
Yeah.
Especially when like, especially when it's like people who are like mid-20s, and I'm like, man, it's crazy that like you're like you still don't understand how our voting system works.
Really, compulsory voting is like, maybe it isn't great. You know?
No, I've said this before. The only thing I'll say about the compulsory vote, because I know there's a lot of like, oh my God, you get a bunch of idiots that have a voice and whatever else. The only good thing with compulsory voting is, I think after watching, remember years and years and years ago, I watched that documentary about how, like those states and stuff in America can basically come up with laws to make it
to stop people being able to vote at all.
Yeah, to basically stop especially like, minority voices and stuff like that being able to vote at all. I'm like, at least if it's like mandatory to vote, like everyone does, like it is like just a blanket, everyone
there's
can have
no way
say
to
if they want. Yeah. There's no way for certain states or governments to fuck with who can vote, so you get you get a little bit of both worlds for that. So I mean, it's going to be, I think, how many weeks is it? Like 6 weeks, I think, is it roughly?
It's like May something.
Yeah, so it's like we're about to enter April, so it's not even 6 weeks. It's fucking might be 5 weeks now. Maybe it was 6 weeks when it was cold at the start of the week, I guess.
Maybe. No, it's the 3rd of May. So it's like really not far away.
It's fucking like a month away, right?
Yeah.
Good and bad, I guess, because it just means you'll get a month of like hard campaigning from everyone. So get ready for that to be everywhere, wherever you live. I'm sure you'll get people with signs and fucking ads everywhere. Every YouTube ad, if you don't have premium, I guess, is going to be a fucking political ad and whatnot. So, yeah.
I often wonder how much money the people who make the like brochures for the different parties make. Surely this has got to be their big thing of every 4 years.
Oh no, I guess they can't be that expensive to produce though. They're just like, you mean
there's just so many.
There is so many. I'm sure they make a decent buck if it's the same company doing everyone's. Would be funny. Which yeah. But I mean, this is just brochures. That's
or it's is it the Parliament House printer is just printing nonstop for that.
Could be true. I mean, for the independents and stuff, they would have to print their own.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sure the bigger, like Labor and Liberal, are paying some company to do it because they can afford to. But I'm sure everyone else, like a lot of independents, are just having to print them out of their printers at home. There was a good episode of Four Corners a couple of weeks back that had a few of the independents on it, including one I did not know about at all in New South Wales. What's his name? Alex Dyson used to be a Triple J presenter, I think, who's now running there as an independent, which I think is wild. Very funny. So yeah, he's like his announcement that he was running video, including him doing some like crazy dance video with like text popping up on the screen saying about like what he's about, and then he like dives into the water. But he's proven to be very popular with like old demographics there. And then
all or old?
No, like old, young, like it's sort of yeah. So
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to watch, that episode's focus was about how this election, when it's cold at the time, obviously they didn't know when it was going to be cold. All the pundits predicted that no one would be able to form majority government, which is still the going story. So that episode was focused on, I think they visited like 3 or 4 different independents of leaning left, right, both covering the spectrum, just to see how they're going. So that was interesting. Check it out. Yeah, are you excited? 4 weeks of election?
I mean, I'll be excited when we're over and we don't have to think about it for several more years. Unless, it goes the way we don't want it to go. Which is the Trump light gets in. Old Voldemort. Old potato head. And then we're not allowed to call him all those things anymore because he'll do with the Trump thing and
send me the jail.
Claim it's illegal.
I should go and vote in my when I go vote, I should vote in my Peter Dutton's Mr. Potato Head t-shirt. What if I'll get bashed? What if someone will attack me?
I doubt it.
No.
My request, I think I would like if here's my only thing about that I would request is that at least one polling place. Well, that too. There has to be at least one polling place per region where all people are banned, all the volunteers or whatever are banned from like a 5-kilometer radius. I want to go in and not have to talk to a single person except the person who's giving me the voting slip.
I was talking to someone about this work the other day. They said, "Oh, these fucking people who hand out the cards."
Yes,
and I used to hate them when I was 18 because I didn't get it. I didn't understand what the fuck they were trying to do. I was like, they're not actually there. Here's the thing. I think people think that they're there to attempt to sway you right at the door, but that's not realistic. Like, people have made up who they're voting for by the time they're there. They're actually there to just help whoever. Like, if you're already walking in and you're like, I'm voting Labor today, and the Labor person's like, here's the how to vote card. They're there to give you like, hey, if you're like already like you're on our team, here's how we would prefer you to allocate your points.
Provide that earlier. Do it digitally. Save all those.
I think it's on the website. I think most places, by the time you get to, because I remember looking at it last time we voted. At least the Greens website, they had up their card on the website ahead of it. But that's what it's for. I think people think that they're there trying to sway voters. And I'm sure maybe there is an element of that, but like the whole idea is not to sway voters. It's just, hey, I understand that you're probably walking in knowing you're voting for Labor, Liberal, fucking whoever today, and you're going to put them as number 1. But for the other 9 slots or whatever,
then let me come to you. Stop trying to push your cards on me. And you have to walk past them all after you've voted for the other person.
No, do you? Most places around here, it's like they have a entry and exit. I mean,
it just depends. You have to walk to the car somewhere.
Yeah. The secret is earbuds. You know what I mean?
That is the secret.
That's the secret. If you have earbuds in, sometimes I pause my earbuds just so I can hear someone try and talk to me, and I just go. I fucking heard them. I just want to.
Noise cancelling. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, fucking. You want me to? Sorry to donate to what? What?
What?
So.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. So looking forward to that. So what we have this. So we'll have. That should work out pretty well. So we'll have another RK Couch for Trainer Cushions in the middle of the month, and then we'll have one pretty much right before we all vote.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We can follow along. See what craziness.
Follow along. All I know is this. Kieran doesn't like talking about politics, so we would not have talked this long if he was here this week. So,
you know, what are you going to do? Life is politics. You know,
life is politics.
It's getting worse all the time. You know, because of fucking Trump and all the crazy shit they're doing over there.
I get it to a degree. When I was like 18, I didn't want to hear about any of this shit because I didn't understand it. I didn't know why, how, and how anything affected me or whatever. And now I just watch everything. You know, like I watch so many political pundit shows and YouTubers and what, you know what I mean? Like it's just fucking.
Yeah. You know, just
I think once you hit a certain age, and you start, I think, and then once you realize how things affect you, especially in this day and age when it's fucked worldwide, it's hard not to want to pay attention. You know, I feel like I could not take a head in the sand.
I don't know if that is a broad statement though. I think there are a lot of people who just head in the sand. They're like last minute, which party is going to give me the most stuff next 4 years? You know,
yeah, which is sad. To be honest.
Rather than going, why is
they just vote for who the parents vote for? You know what I mean?
That too. You know,
I think the majority of people that it's just
peer pressure. One of those things.
Peer pressure or generational lineage thing. Like the parents, who they vote for, they vote for. Yeah, religion exactly. You know,
you need to know the reason things are so difficult at the moment, and then if you should actually blame the current government for why things are rough.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, my whole family and grandparents and everyone would be like, the fucking Greens, if they had their way, we wouldn't have cars. You know, you know, yeah.
I hate to break it to you, but the Greens are not going to win majority government.
Yeah.
So I think your cars are pretty safe.
Yeah, I think they're good. Also, not a policy of theirs, as far as I'm aware. So.
Yeah, they're not going that hard.
Currently, it's mostly census as part of Medicare. Fucking tax the rich more. I'm like,
that sounds good.
Sounds good. Nothing about cars. You know?
Maybe EV stuff, but that's about it.
I don't think they even have, or maybe somewhere, but I mean, they don't talk fucking anything about EVs. I think that there's no need to because we've already the agreed thing. Australia already has an agreed EV percentage thing by 2030 or whatever. So I don't think anyone's really talking about EVs because it's like, well, it's
just happened naturally.
It's happening.
The number of Teslas goal I see, which is how you feel, but
sad.
You know,
burn them.
You know,
when I moved in here. And I was deciding if I wanted to use my garage as a garage, or potentially just use it as a different room or something like that. I would drive past sometimes after work once I knew I got the place because I had to wait a month until I moved in. So I'd drive past sometimes and just to see if people left their cars out at night or judge the certain area, to be like, can I park in the driveway? Is it safe?
They're going to steal my change.
Yeah. Pretty much. I discovered everyone parks on the road here, right? And I'll drive down and see there's some really nice cars down here. So I'm like, I'm pretty good. But my dad made a joke. He's like, no one's trying to steal your fucking Toyota hybrid. I was like, no. He's like, bet you if it was Tesla, your car would have been firebombed by now. I'm like, well, lucky I don't have a fucking Tesla.
Man. Good times.
Yeah. On that note about firebombing Teslas, Quad Arcade Couch.